Welcome everyone. This training is about creation of documentation, management of tasks and identified issues. My name is Marcin Pawlik and I am creator and owner of the Pocket Inspections app. If you would like to learn how to save yourself an impressive number of hours per week spent at work when creating construction audit documentation, then you've come to the right place. Pocket Inspection was created with construction industry professionals in mind to simplify and speed up the whole investment process, as well as creation of punch and snag lists. The app can also be used in any industry where creation of documentation is required, whether on an active construction site or in a nearly finished building. Besides construction professionals, our new clients use it for health and safety checks and final acceptance of deliverables, newly built flats and houses, fire safety checks. Pocket Inspection has also found its way into aviation industry, where it is used in plane inspections. In a moment I will share the screen of my phone, where I will present a step-by-step how to create a new project, how to share it with your team members, how to capture a defect, create a task, and how to generate a report. Right now I'm sharing my screen, and this is the screen of the app. The main screen will contain full list of all projects that are currently on your device. Worth noting is the feature that allows the app to work offline. So you can use it. You can use the app anywhere, no matter how weak or strong the reception is, and still enjoy all features of the app. It is advisable to synchronize the app frequently before and after using it. You can do it by clicking the button on the top. To display the menu, click the button in the top left corner on the screen. As we can see, the demo project is already there, but I will show you how to create a new project. Let's click on that button on the bottom of the screen. So I've clicked it and new page has shown up. Here we can see two new buttons to choose from: Start and a new project and Download project. The first button allows to create a new project, and the second button allows to download already existing project. For example, when someone from our team already created a project and has invited us to cooperate on the project. We will discuss this functionality later on. Right now we want to build new project, so let's click on that Start New Project. This screen presents all preloaded templates that are available in the personal Pocket Inspection app. For the construction industry professionals, the dedicated template is Project Management QA. Almost all other professionals use only Node Quick Inspection. If you work in aviation industry, we have a specific form that you can use while conducting aircraft technical checks. The application will allow you to create your own template of inspections and projects. We will have a look at this functionality later during our training. Let's now focus on the template intended for construction industry, Project Management QA. So I am clicking on it, as you can see. On this page we will input details about the project. The fields marked with a star must be completed. All others may or may not be completed. For the purpose of this presentation, I am creating a new project and inputting information just as an example. If we are happy with all the information, it's time to click Save button in the top right corner. We have just created a new project which is saved only in the memory of this device. We can begin to work on the project or add team members that will cooperate with us on this project. Let me show you how to add a team member to the project. Let's click on Add Project Members. The Team tab presents the list of people currently working on this project. The add member allows us to add new person to the project. Each person that we want to add will require their own Pocket Inspection license. Once we pick the person that we want to add, we can choose a type of authorization for them. Full allows them to read and edit projects. Read only is only able to view projects. Admin can do all that and add new members and delete projects. Most frequently, our clients use the full type of access. Let's click on Save. The app is synchronizing. That name has disappeared from here, but can be seen in the Team tab. And the arrow pointing left allows to move back to the previous screen. And now we are inside the newly created project. Here we can start registering faults and adding related tasks. However, the usual and logical step is to upload the floor plan first. To do so, let's move to the Plans tab. We have clicked on the drop-down arrow of the Select Plan. Then we click on Add New. Pocket Inspection accepts files like PDF, JPEG, PNG, etc. To upload the floor plan, the app has to be synchronized with cloud storage like Google Drive, iCloud, Dropbox, OneDrive, etc. So please make sure you have your floor plans in the cloud space so they can be uploaded to the app. Let me demonstrate how to upload PDF file. Let's click on Browse. I am navigating to the folder that contains the PDF file that we want to choose. Here we need to name the plan. Once we finished, click on the Save Plan. At this point, the floor plan is being processed and uploaded. After the processing is completed, an automated email and push notification will be sent to you. We can also check the stage of the processing by pressing Refresh button. As you can see, my floor plan has been uploaded. And now we can start using it, zooming, moving it, marking faults on it. A PDF file that contains more than one page can also be uploaded. Each page can be found here in the drop-down of the Select Plan. Next thing to do will be adding identified faults and notes. To register a fault, we are moving to the Issues tab. By clicking the button in the lower part of the screen, we are opening a new page where we can register a new fault. In here we can see 3 gray buttons that will allow us to take pictures and mark the localization of the fault. Usually when we want to report the fault, we start with visual documentation of the problem. We can take a picture by pressing the icon with the camera here on the screen. Once we have the picture, we can add extra information on it by using the buttons on the top. For instance, we can use an arrow to indicate the exact point of an issue. Using our fingertips, we can amend the size, angle, and the location of the arrow. With the line drawing functionality, we can also manually mark a specific part of the picture. With text functionality, we can also add a brief instruction. If we are happy with all markings on the picture, we can save it by pressing the tick mark on the right. If you would like to take a series of photos, just keep pressing the yellow button with camera. Each time you press it, the app will save the picture and will make itself ready to take a new one. This functionality is useful when speed is the key. Each picture can be edited later with extra pointers, arrows and markings. When we are done with the pictures, we would like to mark the exact location of the folds on the floor plan. To do so, please click the Locations button that is in the upper right part of the screen. Once we click on it, we should see the floor plan uploaded earlier. After clicking on the marker in yellow circle, we can add location of the fold on the plan. Once we choose the spot and mark the location, we confirm it by pressing the tick sign. Each fold can be marked on many floor plans if we added more than one. Let's get back to previous screen. Here we can add more details about the fold. As we can see, the only field marked with the star is the title. The title can be typed manually or dictated if your hands are busy. Let me show you how to use that recording feature. Click on the mic icon. To start recording, press and hold the yellow button on the bottom. To finish recording, just lift your finger and stop pressing the button. Let's record something. Fix plaster works. This is one way to save time. Don't type, just record it yourself. The other fields here, like category, type, status, additional description, location, assigned to, contractor, they are all optional. When it comes to fields that have drop-downs, we can create new and modify existing elements on these lists. If we click on Add New, you can create a new category on this list. Let's take, for example, exterior finishing work. We can also assign a color that will be specific to a type of fold or a type of task in this category. In the field type, we can also define our own values. For now, we have proposed defect, task, and other. In the field status, we also have the full freedom in how to define subcategories. In the field additional description, as the name suggests, you can add any information that you think are relevant. Location is another optional field. You may find it useful if the construction work is expected to be divided into a couple of stages. The assign to is quite significant field, as it allows us to allocate the person from our team that will be in charge of final acceptance of this bid, and may be dealing with a subcontractor responsible for fixing a fault. Contractor is the field where we input the details of the person or a company. Company that is responsible for removal of the defect, fault, or completion of a task. The list of contractors is completed only once. Additionally, you can input the date of reporting the faults and the date by which you expect the fault to be removed. When all the fields are completed, we have to click Save button in the top right corner. The fault defect is now showing up on our list of issues. At this stage, it is not visible to other team members. To make it visible to other team members, We have to move to My Project screen and click on the Synchronizing button. Right now we have sent the faults to the server. Your team members will be able to see it on their devices if they synchronize them too. As we can see, the app added a number to the fault. From now on, this number will be a unique identifier of the fault. Each new fault will receive its own number once we synchronize our devices. So we have recorded our first fault. We have marked its location. Let's have a look at how we can get into details of a fault. It's easy. We tap on the fault, then click on the fault's title, and then click on the info. Here we can edit the information, add more pictures and other locations. A new fault can be also registered from the level of details in Plans tab, analogically to the way we have done it before. However, here we'll start with marking the location of the fault first, and then we move to the screen where we register details of new faults. There is also a functionality that allows us to duplicate the faults. And this is very useful when we have the same type of problems in more than one location in the building. Thanks to this functionality, we can duplicate all metadata of the fault, add a picture of each fault and mark it on the floor plan, or even on another page of the plan. This way you can identify and control even the smallest issue that has been identified on your construction site. Now let's have a look at how to generate a report from this project. Let's click on the Reports tab, and by pressing the New Reports button, we move to the page where the reports can be generated. The reports can be produced in 3 different file formats: Word, PDF and Excel. A report produced in docs format is useful if you want to add some more details to the description to the identified issues. A report in PDF format is useful if you wish to send it to your client, subcontractor or a colleague in unchanged shape. A report in Excel format is useful if you intend to play with the data, do some analysis, or compile it into a larger report. Let's have a look at how to produce PDF report. The PDF report in Project Management QA can present the data in 3 different layouts. Let's have a look at the first one, A4 size portrait. On this screen we have a couple options that will allow us to customize the report. For instance, we can amend the title. We can decide if the report should contain large photos with an index at the end of the document. We can also decide if we want to have a compiled set of floor plans with all marked faults. You can also decide on naming convention of the faults. It is highly recommended to make it unique. Later on we will see how to extract certain types of faults characterized by its attributes. For instance, faults allocated to a specific contractor. To generate the report, we need to click on the button and the app creates the report. Once the report is produced, the app sends us an email notification that the new report had been created. Here we have an example of such email notification. And this is how the report looks like. First page is kind of a cover sheet that contains all information that we had inputted when starting the project. Additionally, we have the report title and the number of folds in the report. The next page contains an overview that allows us to see the location of all folds. The app generates this page automatically. The next page is the folds chart. Here we have all data inputted by us, as well as who created and when was the last time the fold was modified. On the right hand side we have an overview of the floor plan, and on the left we have a zoomed in picture to the location of the fold. This helps us to understand quickly where the fold is. Below we can see pictures of the folds. Following pages contain all the folds that we have decided to include. Here we have the duplicated fold. At the end we have the photos index. All pictures here are in large size. And once we obtain the paid version of the app, we can add our own branding, amend header and also change the footer. Now let's get back to the app for a moment. Before we have a look how to filter folds by contractors, let's see first how we can bring in the project to which someone else added us to. If we have a team of people working on the same project, one person creates a new project, like we have seen already, and adds the rest of the team. Everyone from the team should now download the project from the server. This is how they will get the project onto their devices. From now on, the team can collaborate on the project, register folds and tasks, and generate reports that will contain everyone's inputs. To see more elaborated examples, we will use a project that has been created before this training session. It contains 9 documented folds. We will see how to create filters and how to use them to extract folds made by a specific subcontractor. This is quite often useful when building snag and punch lists. To generate such filtered report, we have to firstly click on the filters on the right hand side. And now we have a range of options that we can choose from. As an example, we will pick just the SolveNet. And the type of folds that are new and still being worked on. Of course, we can add more filters to be more accurate. For instance, we can narrow it down to a specific time range. With this functionality, we can produce daily, weekly, and monthly reports. So it gives us a nice degree of flexibility. Okay, let's generate a report of open folds allocated to SolveNet. Let's click on Apply Filters. And as we can see, the app has shown us all 3 open folds allocated to SolveNet. If we now move on to generating the report, it will only show the folds that are based on the criteria selected earlier by us on Filters screen. We will now have a look at other format of reports, 2 in PDF and 1 in Excel. Firstly, the report in A4 size in a landscape layout. Let's modify this title slightly. Open issues, solve a net. There are options to skip overview plans and add full-size pictures. Let's click on the Create New Report. We'll go ahead and generate the third type of report in PDF format, and also the report in Excel format. When exporting to Excel, we can choose from two options: data only and data with plans and pictures. Let's take the richer version. We have now received email notification that the reports were generated. Let's start with the landscape layout of the report. It contains similar elements like cover page, overview plans, and folds charts. All visual elements are in one row. At the end of the document, the app included the pictures of all pre-selected folds. In this type of layout, we actually have large pictures next to each other. Having the switch Create Photos index allows us to decide if the final version of the report should include each individual photo in the large size at the end of report. As we can see in this example, the report doesn't have the large photos. The next type of report, Summary Issues report, has only tables with the detailed description of the folds and tasks. This sort of report is useful if you want to have a punch or a snag list printed and ready for contractors to sign. So basically it is a report that has all details but no floor plans or photos. Such detailed report may be used as an attachment to the arrangements between you and contractors. The last report we will see now is in Excel. This format is particularly useful for analytics. It's quite similar to issue summary report, however it can be edited. So here we have photos, floor plans, and all details about folds. As we can see, the app is pretty flexible to match your needs. At the end, let's have a look at how to create your own report template. In the details of the report, we can click on the last tab. And here we find some more options. We can edit details of the project. We can check all photos from in the project. We can check who is authorized to work on the project. We can remove the project from this particular device. This may be useful if we no longer work on a project. It only occupies memory space. To remove it, we have to click on Delete Project from this device. It does not remove the project from servers. However, to use this functionality, we have to synchronize the app in the main screen. The last option on this screen, Delete Project Permanently, will cause complete and irreversible removal of the project from servers. We will not be able to recover it. but we wanted to have a look at how to create our own templates now. Here, when creating these two folds, we have also added Solvenet as a contractor. If we wanted to add another contractor, imagine you have a list of contractors and you have amended a list of statuses to your needs, and you are about to start a new project, which is pretty similar to one that you have finished. And you don't want to input all these details all over again. To save yourself time, we have the option Save as a Project Template. This functionality allows to create our very own template that from now on will be showing on the initial list of project templates, and which will contain all information inputted by you earlier, customized to your needs. So for instance, if you create a project and add your list of contractors and then make it as a template, which you will use then when creating a new project, all this information will be already there. For example, we are creating right now my construction template. And now we are initiating a new project. We have our new template at the bottom of the screen. After creating our new project, we can see that the list of contractors is already there. And in the category fields, we already have exterior finishing work created earlier. It is one of the ways the Pocket Inspection can help you speed up your work. In the final part, let's have a look at something we have mentioned already. How to add new members so we can work as a team. To start this process, we will have to log into Pocket Inspection web app. That we will see in a moment. The web app can be found under app.pocketinspections.com. Once we are in, we can start inviting others when we open Team tab. Just click on Invite New Member. Shortly we input their email addresses, they will receive an invite to collaborate in Pocket Inspection. If we want to start branding our reports, we can go to Settings, Report Templates. Just pick a report format and start uploading your logo and finish with Save. Here we can also change header and footer. And that will be all for now. If you have any questions, you can reach us via email info@pocketinspections.com. We'll be delighted to help. If you would like to have an individual training session, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you.